All right, people. You may recognize this scenery. Snippy's back home. Let me tell you something. We left Sunday to come back. Now, same thing on the way up. I left Sunday, got a hotel the one night. You hear my wife unzipping uh, bags and stuff over here. Okay, little sound effects. She's putting some of our clothes away. But I drove up, left at 8 o'clock, 8:15 in the morning, heading on up, and got a hotel halfway, a little more than halfway through. Drove the rest of the day to New Jersey the next day. On the way back, same story. Woke up around 8 o'clock. Let's get rolling, and straight shot from Lilydale area, New York, and um, it was a 16 and a half hour drive. Not to mention the stops we did. Add another, probably hour. All the different gas fill up, stop, get out, pee. I drove that sucker all night long, all night. I, I'm telling you, I channeled Bitcoin Ben drinking his coffee. Boom, I rolled. Except I didn't get coffee. I got one little small energy drink towards the nighttime, like around 10 o'clock at night, because I'm like, okay, I need to drive till 2:30, 3 o'clock a.m. And let me tell you, that last 45 minutes, it was rough. But I was still awake, I was still good. I'm like, I'm not stopping at a freaking hotel room. Hell with it. Got home nearly 3 o'clock in the morning, passed out. All of us, I told the family, everybody just go to sleep, and when you wake up, you wake up. Kids included. Took the Tahoe all the way up. I mentioned I gave my electric car to my dad, and I really wanted to give the Tahoe a nice run. So we took that baby up, and it was pretty comfortable. It was pretty good. Everything worked out well. So got back again Monday. It's tonight. Figured let me do a video. I'll release it tonight since I got back, just to give everybody an update. Yes, I'm back home. Everything is good. I know I haven't done a whole lot of videos. Obviously, this is a vacation. Had a pretty good time, I'm going to tell you. But I do want to talk to you real quickly about the crypto market. And, we released the White Dove Report #2. A lot of people said it's really good. They really enjoying it. Better than the first one, even though not that they were complaining about the first one, but it was like Pete said it. He felt it was better too. Just because. I'm going to tell you, like I said, Pete, he's getting a cut. Me, myself, Pete and White Dove. Last time he was doing it for free. I'm like, no, dude, I'm giving you I'm at least throw you 10%. Take this, shove it down his throat. This time around, a little bit different. He got a pay raise. He's getting 15%, and it's official. He deserves it. He put a lot of time and effort into this. But I want to let you know, like I said, Pete, especially Pete. Now, White Dove donates like you can't believe. You have no idea, by the way, how much that woman donates and the things she does for charity. She may not broadcast it, but let me tell you something. Like Fire Marshal Bill would say, let me tell you something. She donates. Let me tell you. Pete, I told you this the other day. Pete said, Joe, every penny that you give me for this report, it's going to several different charities. So he messaged me today and said, hang in there, that's one heck of a long ride. For your planning, I just wanted to let you know the 3 charities I've picked all use PayPal, which is great because I could easily just send it right over. We're getting a service dog for a wonderful family with an autistic boy named Boo. Is that how you sound that? Beau? Beau? Autism Service Dogs of America is the charity. We're doing great things with the White Dove Report. That's just Pete. White Dove's going to do some things. This all isn't just about making money. What are we going to do with this money? And I'm talking cryptos too, because I want to talk about the market in a second. What are you going to do with that money? You just going to go buy Lambo? Joe, win Lambo? No. Jay Snip's got some, don't you worry, child. See, Jay Snip's got a plan for you. And maybe not you, honestly, but I've got plans for doing some good things. Again, I really want to help Michelle White Dove build her facility, like Javier's or Xavier's School for Enlightened Children, and an orphanage. She is doing both in the same facility. But she needs money. All seeing, all powerful, all knowing, but she needs money. Seriously. And then entered JSNIP 4 into her life and her into mine. And we became friends. It's a real great, good thing. I was so happy to see her up there in Lilydale. But I'm going to tell you, nothing's changed for cryptos. So as part of this, when these things go and all this stuff we're doing and this money that gets collected for these things we sell and all that stuff, old Snippy's got a plan, to do some good things in the world as well. So I just wanted to tell you, because I mentioned that one time before about Pete. Pete is that dude. God bless Pete. Let me tell you something. What a great guy. So let's get into the market. Again, in case you're wondering, White Dove Report is on cryptosclass.com. It's an S, cryptosclass.com. Bitcoin. And let me just stop for 1 second. That lady, Desiree, that other psychic that I visited on the way up, I'm going to tell you another story. I might as well. This isn't like an official video, like it's just this. This is just me blabbing for a little bit, just to, for you to welcome me back, kind of a thing, so to speak. So we're going to this area called Bemus Point, Bemus Point near Lilydale. And this lady from Canada that I helped the other day, like before I left, she's like, oh, I funds are a little tight. I don't want to spend the money. It's not too far of a drive for me to meet you over there. I'd love to come, but I can't. So lo and behold, some things changed in her life. She's getting some money all of a sudden for some little thing. Joe, I'm coming. I'm going to meet you there. So she came. Her name is Cindy. Real nice lady. Very much awake. Very spiritual. Good lady. She meets us down there. She's camping out. And we're in a hotel. So she's actually camping on the property, in the little tent area. And so we met up. She hung out with us for a couple days. And we did a little sightseeing. One of the places is called Bemus Point. Nice little area. And she lives in Canada, has a little property, got a nice deal on it, that kind of thing. A little bit out in the country. She's got the mindset. We talked about a bunch of stuff. But I think where I was going to go with the story of that part of it. But anyways, on the way up, Desiree, the psychic lady, that Jan being Kamal, Jerky Boys, Kamal's sister, she's going to be at the Litecoin Summit too. She's coming. She's like, Joe, I got to come. I'm coming. I already booked it. I'm like, yeah, sweet, man. I'd love to see her there. And I think a friend of hers is coming too, and they're going to split the room bill or whatever. So, it'll work out nicely. And that's good. So remember I said something about the 18th originally? 18th of this month? That was the start of something that this lady Desiree had said, the psychic lady. 18th to the 28th. But when I talked to Jan, she's like, honestly, the dates she has is the 27th and 28th. I thought I mentioned this days ago in a video briefly, but in case I didn't, I'll say it again. 27th, 28th. But this little cycle or whatever, I don't know if it was an astrological thing, whatever, was like the 18th to that, but more focus was on the end part. So I'm thinking, I'm sitting here, I'll pop up my laptop. Today's the 27th. Tomorrow's the 28th. Cryptos are looking pretty good. $225 billion market cap. It was just 222 like 30 minutes ago, so that's a nice little creep up. But if you look at the chart here, or really all of them, if I can click on that, there we go. You can see them all kind of pumping again, just all that last, half hour here, boom, 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 straight up, straight up, straight up. So they're creeping up nicely. Some of them, of course, as you can see, Dash, a little better than others. IOTA up 19%, almost 20. But again, Dash is nearly 25%. There's Tezos, $1.36. Again, I'm still waiting on that thing to get down to like 60-something cents. If this thing is the one Cliff said, we should see like 60-something cent Tezos. Although the interesting thing is, I want to say, Michelle White Dove wasn't exactly a glowing review of Tezos, but, psychically speaking or whatever. Where's our baby? Digibyte. It's fighting for 32nd place. I mean, $301 million, $304 million, market cap. It's trying to creep up. Um, and then, of course, um, our baby, Theta. Theta, 99. Got 99 cryptos and Theta ain't one. Actually, it is one for sure. At 10 cents. You know, would have thought we would have seen 10 cents? Much less, would it get down to 6 or something? 6 point something cents, I think, for Theta. So if you, again, I'm blood on the street, and I'm out here saying, guys, fire sale. Got any spare cash? This is the time. This is the time to pull up your pants and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Let's see where this thing got down to. Um, Last month, basically, should be enough. The absolute rock bottom, 6.1 cents. 6 cents right there. 6 cents. Man, imagine getting in on that. And here it is, 10 cents. That's more, what was that, roughly 60% profit? If you got in then and sold. Again, for me, on something like this, you know, being Theta, my baby, and all that kind of thing, I don't really trade in and out of that stuff. Like, I don't really trade in and out of DigiBuy. There's been a few little trades I've done with my little trading stash. But I just don't feel like I would dare trade out of my DigiByte and Theta, like trying to trade the whole pile I've got. Like, no, I just can't do that. Litecoin, 60 cents. Now, I'm going to tell you something interesting. I told this on to my Patreon people. Well, let's see. I was actually on the vacation. So this would have been Monday, maybe Tuesday night. I'd have to go look. But I want to say it was Tuesday evening. Could have been Monday, but no, it couldn't have been. Yeah, it might have been Monday or Tuesday. Anyways, I got a phone call from somebody that I trust very much so. And this individual had said something to me about a possible 5% Litecoin move. He felt very confident. It made me think of something I read the day before, or not really read, I was led to from somebody else that I know. And then he calls me the next day, and I'm like, So I asked him what he's doing. He says, man, I think I'm going to buy some. Just grab a quick 5%. He said that we're thinking it's going to move 5%. So I posted that in Patreon. Hey, blah, blah, blah. There could be a little FOMO, may go a little higher, who knows? But the number I got was around 5%, basically. Not around, but it was 5%. It got to 4, from where it was at. I mean, depending on, because he had called me at a certain point, it was like $57. So at 59 and change, it's 5%. But it actually hit $56, so I'm not sure if it was already at that point when he called me, you know, whatever. Long story short, it pretty much was 5%, 4.5 to 5%, I'll say. It actually happened, and I thought, oh, that was interesting. He kind of called that. He called me out of nowhere, which kind of shocked me. He's like, hey, and I said, what are you going to do? He goes, well, honestly, I'm going to grab some, basically to trade it. Not this trade his HODL stash, but he said, I'm going to grab some more and just right now and trade it. See if I can get a quick 5%. I said, okay, cool. So I said, you know what, let me just share this with my patrons just for the hell of it and see what happens. Sure enough, the next day it was up. Again, if you got it at $56, it's plus more than 5%, slightly more than, you know, whatever, a couple more percent, 6-something percent. If you happen to get it at that exact moment, it's 4.5%, whatever. So that was interesting. And he's very, by the way, bullish on all the cryptos. I can't reveal the source at this particular moment, but he's had some pretty good information that he comes across. Not very often, but he does, and it's usually pretty damn solid. So I was like, my phone's ringing. I see who it is. I'm like, oh, hey, you know, I'm going to take this call. Hey, what's up? And he proceeded to tell me. It was just a quick conversation. You know, nice guy. But, you know, I'm waiting for the day where the phone rings. Joe, something huge is going to happen. Which one? You know, and then I'll post it or tell you about it, whatever. But anyways, Litecoin, $60. Bitcoin, 69.15. I mean, we're back to 7, pretty much. Of course, this hasn't been refreshed in probably 15 minutes. Yeah, it's about the same price, I guess. 69.16. But again, it's like, wait a minute. Today's the 27th, 28th. Those were the two specific days she was more interested in, other than the 18th. She just said that 18th to the end, 28th. Whatever. You know, when it comes to that stuff, I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what the hell this is. You know, Jupiter is in conjunct with, you know, that's not me. But that's them, and if they feel good about it, I'll talk about it. Like, hey, These people have a little bit of a track record. So, oh, I know I was going with the story before, by the way, about Bemis Point. On the way there, there's this little restaurant we stopped at. We met this lady Cindy over there I was telling you about. Um, Let me switch it back to me. Um, so we ate, and I'm like, hey, on the way in, did you see those little tent things? There's like some kind of little thing going on downtown, little vendors and stuff all over the place. So we went over there, we're checking things out. My kids wanted, little Ashley. Little Ashley had wanted a little pendulum. Now, was that pendulum her birthstone or something, or just what she picked? Huh?
It was rose quartz.
It was just a rose quartz pendulum. She really wanted it. Ashley, all right, go ahead, sweetie, take it. And then my other two kids wanted something, of course. Can't give one something without the other. Believe you me. Yeah, you want a bracelet? You want a necklace? Thing, choker? Go for it. Okay. And we're walking through there, and there's a little psychic booth. A lady sitting there. Psychic readings today. I'm like, I look over at Cindy. You want to do it? She's like, yeah. Well, what do you charge? Oh, $15 or $35 for a half hour or whatever. You want to do it? Let's do it. What the hell? I didn't need it. I didn't want it, but I'm like, we're sitting here. Let's do it. I'm just gonna tell you, I was not feeling pretty much anything that woman told me. I had a rough childhood, and I need to forgive, and I'm like, I didn't say nothing. I'm just listening to the reading. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. And just the way she would answer things and certain things, I'm just like, I'm not feeling this. But you don't just stop and say, this sucks, I don't want to pay you. That's not how I roll. Hey, nice, thanks for the reading. Here's your money, and I'm out of here. Not feeling it, because I did not have that childhood. My parents they only got divorced when I was adult, and I think we were married already. They got divorced. So, your feelings aren't hurt as an adult, as you would be if you're 10, 11, 12 years old or younger. Your parents get divorced. It sucks then. It hurts. That wasn't the case. My parents were together. Everything was fine. Had a pretty good childhood. Like, hey, my dad didn't beat me. He didn't abuse me. Like some of my other friends can't say the same. Dads weren't around, divorced young, all kinds of stuff. And I think, wow, I'm like the lucky one. I have, parents that were all right, good. So I'm thinking, what? Like, no, stop right now. So I'm like, no thanks. So check this out. So after all that, it's Saturday, and it's the night White Dove is giving it's her thing in the little, I don't want to call it a town hall, but it's like a little, it can handle like 800 or more people, I think, in this building. And she's giving her speech. People have paid. They bought tickets to get in, to see her, listen to her talk. She does a raffle. So basically, you pay for the tickets, like everybody. They happen to have several, because some of their friends from Florida couldn't make it. So they're like, Joe, we've got a bunch of free tickets. I'm like, oh, I'll take 5 if you got it. And she's like, well, I have 8. I'm like, can I take a 6th one for our friend Cindy? Sure, cool. So I gave Cindy a freebie. Here you go, Cindy. She got in for free. And basically, so did we. But when we got there, she was nowhere to be seen. White Dove, she's in the back getting ready. And I just walk in with everybody else, and one of the employees is there, of the place. And, what's your name? I'm like, well, here's the ticket thing, that she gives the printout. She gives us, rips the tickets. There's 5 of us here, plus Cindy. Here's your 6th ticket. Hang on to it. Maybe you'll get called and you'll be able to ask a question. It could be, you can ask a question, or you could, if you have a photo of somebody, you want to ask a question about them, hand her the photo, or even if it's on a phone, show it to her when she calls you, assuming she picks your ticket. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's probably 75, 80 people, I'm thinking, in this building that pay to come see her. And she starts doing her whole speech, like she always does, but then she gets into, okay, let's do the tickets now. So she's calling, numbers, and my youngest Ashley, the same one that she saw when we went and visited her the first time in Fort Lauderdale, and she's like, Joe, and she points to Ashley, like, the aura, and like, I see, like, she's, I forgot the word she used, but she was like, yeah. Then Jean-Claude came, remember him? Came to my house. Joe, you have a nice, powerful, pretty powerful, like, nice aura. Like, I don't see negativity getting in there. And then I saw your daughter, Ashley. Whoa. Oh my God, is she bright? Like, their aura was like, psh. So he's like, you need to work with her. Like, take her to a crystal store, let her feel them, touch them. She wants one. She feels like that's the one. Get it for her. I said, okay. I did do that, but I don't know if she's just too young or doesn't have like. Well, I don't even know. She didn't feel anything, but she picked out some crystals and I got it for her. This is a while ago. So we're there, and my kids are bored. Obviously, there's no other kids in the building, and this is a 3-hour event. My kids are in there, kind of bored, so they go outside. They come back in. Ashley's wanting to kind of stay inside though. So Cindy's like, "All right, Ashley, you want to go back? You want to go outside for a little bit?" And Ashley's like, "No, I feel like something really good's about to happen. Really excited." What'd she say? I feel like something really good's about to happen.
I feel like something
And
big's
she,
gonna happen.
yeah, I feel like something big's gonna happen. And she said, I think we're gonna get called. I think our ticket's gonna get called. Okay. A few minutes later, our ticket gets called.
Her ticket.
Well, it wasn't hers. No, it was one of ours. I had them all in the pile.
Oh.
So one of our tickets gets called. And I'm like, Ashley had a question she wanted to ask. How do you know if you're psychic? Let's go up there, Ashley. Had a little microphone. Ashley, she's like, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to talk. All right, I'll talk. Daddy will talk. I'm like, she would like to know, how do you know if you're psychic? And basically Michelle was like, well, if you know things, if you guess things or know things that happen, basically make it simple for her. And I'm like, okay, thanks. So we go and sit back down. And I'm actually sitting back there thinking in my head, can you imagine if we got called again? Wouldn't that be absolutely incredible? Wouldn't that be incredible? So a little bit later, she's still running through the numbers. She picks one up. Oh my God, it's our other number. We had 6 total, right? Oh my God, she's called another ticket. So I stand up and I'm like in the very, 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 very back. All of us are. And I'm like, I just yell out loud like, oh my God, this is the girl. My daughter's the one that said she felt something good was going to happen. Like, we're going to get picked. This is our second time. So Evelyn's like, Joe, Cindy really wanted to ask a question. So, because I was ready to just give it to the audience. Like, here you go, guys. Like, I want to just kind of ask who desperately needs a reading right now, like bad. And then probably everybody raises their hand and I got to freaking pick somebody. And there was a lady in the back row. Every time the number was called, and it wasn't hers, and it never was hers, by the way. 748. I'm looking over there. 885. What the? She's like aggravated. She's not getting called. What the? What are you doing? Here I am. Don't even need a reading. Don't want a reading. Don't need one. And we got called twice. But I'm like, first of all, it ain't gonna be her if I'm picking somebody. But Cindy wanted one. So Evelyn made me aware, like, oh, she'd really like to ask her something. So I said, okay. And her question was pretty deep. And basically they told her, Michelle White Dove's manager, Shantae, was like, that's a little too deep to get into in this environment with the audience. Good question. We'll have to chat about that, privately or whatever. I forget what it was. Nothing major, but it was just, I could see why they didn't want to really talk about it. Like, have her get into it or whatever. Somebody just texted me. My guy from NASA. Are you safely home? I need my snippy video fixed. Please post a short one. Crypto's finally catching a bid. He's going to catch it right now. Because he don't know I'm doing this video right now. Ask and you shall receive. So, anyways, we got 2 freaking tickets called. Are you kidding me? I think I may have mentioned this in my video of me documenting the whole trip, which I haven't uploaded yet. I'm gonna have to put all the videos together and do that whole thing. So I may be talking about this again, by the way, just FYI. But and the other thing was, I know I said in that other video, it started raining, and this was that night, Saturday night, on the way to see Michelle like do her thing. Starts raining, daylight out, sun out, double rainbow, very close to us. Like you can see, whoa, it's right over there. So we drive, go down the one way in that we always go, and there's a river, not a river, a lake, not real big at all, off to the left, and we look over, and the rainbow, I've never seen in my life the end of a rainbow. Have you? And I mean like close, not like, oh, there's one, it looks like it's 5 miles away. I'm talking like you could almost throw a rock at it kind of a thing. because this lake was not that big. I couldn't throw a rock at it, but damn it, I'm going to tell you it was probably 400 to 500 feet away from us. I will say that. It ended in the water. I actually saw it go into the water and sit there. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Never seen that in my life. So all these like little amazing things and pretty interesting stuff happened. It was cool. Nothing like super like, oh my God, I got to tell you guys, nothing like that. But anyways, wanted to just give you a little update. I'm back home. Cryptos are looking good again. They're starting to run up tonight. It's the 27th. One of the 2 days she talked about. She said 27th, 28th, she being Desiree in this case. And don't forget, the other lady from San Diego. I told you the other day. Joe, she said we're millionaires. So, same guy from NASA. I always refer to him as that. He's like, Joe, ask her how much she had. Now, I said, well, she did have Theta and Digibyte. She had both. So I'm going to have to ask. Can you mind asking how much Digibyte and how much Theta the mom had? Because that's the one who got the reading, who was told, you're going to be a millionaire in January. And the only thing she has is cryptos. She has nothing to invest in other than that. And specifically, I don't know if that's all she has, like those two, or that's her big bulk, her bag. And there's a few little crap ones, I don't know. But I think I will reach out and ask, hey, ask them how much they have. And if I get an update, I'll try to remember to update you guys and tell you about it. So anyways, I'll just stop this because I'm just going all over the place to just let you know I'm home. Cryptos are looking good. Here's some interesting stories, blah, blah, blah. And that's about it. So now it's time to do some videos for tomorrow morning. I sent myself all kinds of crap. Do video, do video, do video. So I'll be catching up on that stuff. And at some point, I'll put the little collage of videos together of our trip all the way up and back. It's going to be short because I'm only taking, 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. Don't be shocked if it's not even 20 minutes long. And I will tell you one more thing on the way out here. This Tahoe I got is a former police vehicle, PPV, police pursuit vehicle is the style that these are called, PPVs, these Tahoes. It's a 2012. It's got the push bumper and everything. All the way, even though I have a Florida license plate. First of all, cars coming up on me, most of them slow back down. Some of them recognize, oh, Florida tag, okay, they're a different state, and they go around me. Many would not even chance that, so I had to speed a little bit to make sure I'm not backing traffic up. Riding in the fast lane, I was parting cars like Noah was parting the Red Sea. Not trying to. Cruise control on, just cruising. Oh, everybody's moving. Why? Oh, it might be a cop car. They don't know. Not that it should, it doesn't say anything on it. Yeah. It's got the, the push bumper and all that stuff, but it's, all these people are moving. Well, again, I'm like parting traffic like the Red Sea. I'm like, this is kind of cool. Everyone get the hell out of my way. This is nice. I'll keep going. And then a few cars catch on. I'm like, oh, let's follow this guy. And they get behind me and we just roll. We got a great big convoy heading to New York City. And it gets better. Wait, there's more. We're driving. This was actually after we already got up to New York. I saw Steven, which you'll see some little bit of video. And we were heading over to White Doves, the opposite side of New York, West Coast. Or not really coast, but whatever. Right, butted up against Lake Erie. So that's when I started seeing state police and things radaring. And I'm going to say at least 2, possibly 3 times. The one state police, radar gun in hand, aiming out the window. I'm speeding a little bit. I'm not going crazy, but I'm speeding a little bit. Okay, let's be real. If you don't, people piling up behind you. And he's holding it steady. Actually, his hand was above it like this, because I remember seeing this, like one of his hands, I think it was like this. Because you got to hold it really steady as the cars come by, you got to do it right. And I see him, I'm not going to like slam on the brakes because I'm realizing, he might think, another police officer might think this is like an unmarked, government vehicle of some sort. All the cars are. So I'm not going to slam on the brakes when I see him. I got cruise control on. I'm just going to keep going. If he comes after me, he comes after me. And he's aiming, hands like this, or like this, excuse me, holding it steady. And he sees me, and I see him look at me. I look at him, and he does a little wave. A little wave. Give a little nod. I keep going. I'm just rolling. I mean, it happened so quick. And I'm watching him. Huh. He's not coming after me. He waved to me. Sweet. So then another Tahoe, real police vehicle, is coming at us. And it goes in a little emergency divider in the middle. Official use only. And it's an unmarked one. It's got lights, in the dash and that kind of thing. And he has them on. But as I'm coming up, he didn't have any side lights, so I couldn't tell that they were actually on. So I guess when they were in the middle and they want to get back into traffic, they turn their lights on so they can get back out. Because he wasn't after anybody. So he came out. He saw me, of course, because I passed him. He's in the medium. And I go, and I wasn't going that much faster over the speed limit, just a few miles an hour. So he comes up, gets in front of me, pulls over in the right lane like I am. A couple other vehicles end up catching up to me. Now he's up there a few car lengths now, several. And again, it's an unmarked police, Tahoe. His is, it's blue. But it does have the antennas and stuff, like you can see that. So the little dually comes across. He just creeps by me. Another car, I think a white pickup truck, like a little Ranger or something come. He does it too. I'm thinking, okay, the speed limit's let's just say it was 65. I don't even know if we're going 70. So these two cars are probably going 72, 70, or excuse me, 65, so 70. They're probably going 72-ish. And they're just creeping by. He turns his lights on, gets behind one of them, starts to pull him over. The other one, the dually, keeps on trucking. And he's like, no. He gets in front of the one he's pulling over and basically told him, go ahead and follow me. I'm pulling both of you over. Gets next to the dually and yells out the window. I can see his hand sticking out saying, get in front of me. You get in front of me. So he pulled both of them over. But he didn't get snippy because he probably thought, this is in Florida or not, is it federal, is it state, whatever, from Florida? Who knows? And I'm assuming it's probably embarrassing if a cop pulls over another cop. It's kind of embarrassing. So maybe they look at my vehicle as, it's a white unmarked Tahoe. One of the boys. Yet I'm not one of the boys. That's not the case. And then again, somebody was radaring. This was on the way home, I believe, back to our house, 16-hour drive. And it didn't bother me one bit. Saw them again, they saw me, and they didn't do it like a little wave or nothing, but it was all good. And I was speeding, actually, on that one. I was going a little faster than I probably should have been. So the moral of the story is, I don't think anybody knows whether that thing's real or not. It's just white. It's just all white, Doesn't say police on the side. Doesn't say sheriff. Doesn't know. It's like it's an unmarked Tahoe. So it worked out real well. Take care.